Welcome back to You Fitness. We don't mess around. Because I'm an apple cider holic. But really, it started with a shot last time. Now we're rolling. We don't mess around. This might be the third take. I might be wearing no pants, but whatever. You know, my window's open because I need natural lighting. That it's dark now, it doesn't even matter. But whatever, you know. I don't care. We don't mess around. Anyway, this is You Fitness, where we get better together, and I'm hoping that I don't have a malfunction again, because this thing is going to drive me nuts. So, let's talk about some updates today. I've actually been doing a new diet, and like I said, I don't actually recommend any one diet to anybody. That's my disclaimer. But I've actually done variations of this diet before. It is gluten-free, soy-free, wheat-free, dairy-free, processed meat-free, sulfate-free. Anyway, it's called Whole30. If you guys want to look it up, you can check it out. I've actually had quite a bit of success with it. It does make a lot of sense. So I also have a photo shoot coming up in about 3 or 4 weeks, so stay tuned for that. I'm trying to reach out to some different people, and we'll see what kind of magic I can make happen. Now, speaking of magic, and that's also a great game, by the way, but speaking of magic, I'm going to tell you guys a story, because this whole video is about this story. So let us talk about the power of small things. Now, some people might say to you that small things are important, but I'll tell you guys a story. I used to work in a fitness equipment store a long time ago, and that's also where I met my first, I call him my mentor, but he really was. In fact, he was really instrumental for me. And one day we were working in this warehouse, and I'm just covered in dust, sweat, and grime, and it's just gross. I'm gross. Like, I'm literally, you know, if I could like work my butt off in the warehouse and then come out on the sales floor and sell something, I just thought I was amazing. Like, it was pretty great. And Joe looked at me one day, and this is a time when I really didn't have much self-confidence, and he said, "Seb, you're a lion, man. Like, you're a lion, but you don't even know it yet." And when I heard that, it was kind of like, it actually blew my mind, because no one had ever tried to encourage or inspire me that way. And I was pretty much choking back tears. So I kind of went home and I had to think about it. This is just one little thought. And this is kind of like what this whole video is all about. One little thought that entered my consciousness that would forever, possibly permanently shape and mold my entire life. It wasn't a major thing. In fact, I bet Joe doesn't even remember it, which is pretty awesome. So I swore, that's it, it's over. So the YouTube police are gonna get me, because I have 100 views. We're gonna get to 100 views, people. Anyway, so that one thought kind of resonated in my brain, and it echoed, and I thought about it, and I thought, maybe I am a lion. Maybe I can do this. Maybe there are other things. Maybe wouldn't that just change your reality? If you think about that, wouldn't it change your reality if you thought that you were something that you were not, or that you never thought you could be before? What if you could just walk in and just do it? How cool would that be? So I started trying and convincing myself that I was a lion, and I slowly but surely made strides very slowly. But I did, till finally, one day, I met another mentor. And that other mentor pushed me another way, till one day I had my very first mixed martial arts fight. And at this point, from that point to that point, the 2 points that I just talked about, when I was called a lion, and to when I had my hand raised victoriously, I'd lost 60 pounds. Now, that's magic. That's kind of a miracle. It's pretty awesome to think that one little thought could do that. And I guess what it's left me with is a real appreciation for the importance of the little things. So I'm going to talk about why these things are important, why little things are important, why they count. First off, little things give you a sense of control. Let me give you an example, which you've probably heard countless times, but if you have a messy room, or, and you start off by just cleaning something, anything, if you start anywhere, it's always better than just looking at it and being like, this is totally, fucked. Pardon my language. So, if you start anywhere, you're always ahead. And that's really, really important because that gives you a sense of control. And having a sense of control and the ability to feel like you have mastery over a situation is a pretty big deal, because that also factors into how you perceive the world. If you don't feel like you can control the things that are around you, then everything is out of control and everything is in chaos. And if everything is in chaos, and if you truly believe that what you do doesn't matter, then it will be chaos. And what you do, which won't be that much because you won't see the value in it, it won't matter. So think about that for a second. That's pretty important. So if you do the little things slowly but surely, the way you perceive the world can change. And that's kind of a big deal. So that's kind of a start of how small things are important. You can literally change the way you perceive the world. And then you would start to actually appreciate little things that go on around you. I work at another job at a nightclub, and I work security. I'm a bouncer. Yeah, believe it or not, me, bouncer. So sometimes people ask me, how do I do my job? For 10 years, and still actually, you know what, for the most part, I actually really enjoy it. So how do I do it? Well, I focus on those small interactions. I focus on that one guy who came down to the club and is just we actually had a real and genuine interaction with each other. Or, those little things. If you could focus on the little things, how powerful is that? In fact, there's even stories, I don't have the exact quote here, but there's actually stories of people in concentration camps in World War II who were so strong that they focused on what they had instead of what they didn't have. And they were still able to maintain a positive mind state. Now, that's maybe positive isn't the right way to look at it, or the right way to phrase it, but you get the idea. Little things. Why are little things important? For instance, if you do little things, meditate 10 minutes a day. If you do 3 gratitudes a day, that stuff adds up. The great thing about being able to appreciate little things as well is a lot of those wondrous, awesome things are cheap and they're free. It doesn't cost you a dime to appreciate something really small. And it could also change your day. How freaking amazing is that? The other way in which little things are important is in relationships. If you make a little promise, or if you want to build credibility with people, you gotta do what you say. I'm literally not wearing pants. I'm not even joking. This is a banana. You know, like, you can't mess around. It was actually a lot better than I expected. Anyway, I'm gonna cut all those things, all those little things. Ultimately, if you can do all those little things, it's all gonna influence your happiness. I'm gonna leave off with a quote. Opportunities multiply as they're seized. If you do all the little things, it will lead to the big things. But you have to believe that the little things will lead to the magic that I'm talking about. I think that's a really, really awesome thought to leave you guys with. You have to believe that the little things are important. You have to believe that your gratitudes in the morning are important. You have to believe, doing your bed is important. All those things count. So if you do the little things and you believe, magic can happen. So this is me. I'm Sebastian. I'm signing out. I'm enjoying a banana, drinking apple cider vinegar. I'm having an awesome day. It's actually been really, really good. And I thank you guys for watching. I try to do these videos as try to keep them as real as possible. So there's not that much of a script. I just talk about things that I'm passionate about. And one thing I am passionate about is the little things. Thank you all for watching. Let's get better together. Have you guys an awesome evening. And thank you again. Cheers. It's pretty good.